Oh, yeah. Who doesn't remember running out on a football field to kiss?
No kidding.
Every homecoming. All righty. So, good evening. It is February 9th. 1, 2, 3, basically 3 days away from the Super Bowl. And here we are. Once again, I am your host or co-host, Kevin, and your other co-host there, Mr. Trevor. And today we're talking Super Bowl, right?
Yep.
All righty. So we got the Chiefs, we got the Eagles. I don't remember who picked who. I think we were all rooting for Cincinnati to beat the Chiefs. I also think we were all rooting for the Eagles to win that game because I don't think anybody wanted to see whatever. Man, my mind just went blank.
Well, ultimately, in the hindsight now, is better that the Eagles are in there because we see that Brock Purdy's done. I mean,
yes,
his goal was gone, so there would have been none. He would have been played. Jimmy G would have had to come out, and then Jimmy G scores 50 points, leads them to the Super Bowl, gets an MVP, and then still gets kicked off the team.
Right. Just a quick question. Let's go ahead and just start with the biggest controversy of the day: the third down call. You get free 2/3. You get a free shot. And then the catch that wasn't a catch. So I mean, I think everybody wants to sit around. I've watched ESPN pretty much every day this week, and I think it's safe to say is everybody's hoping that we're going to have good officiating this game coming up. We would hope that we will get good officiating in this game.
Typically, you don't get bad officiating in a Super Bowl.
I beg to differ. I think there have been football calls made in the Super Bowl that have been bad before.
I'm not saying it hasn't, but typically you don't get plays like, I'm going to tell you right now, that third down, it's not happening in the Super Bowl. That catch is not a catch in the Super Bowl.
I agree. So let's just go ahead. It's early in the show. Go ahead, throw your pick out there. Who you got? And give me a score.
I'm going to go out on a limb here, okay? Because I heard a stat the other day, okay? And it was when the Eagles were 10-1, all right? They said 2 times before the Eagles have started 10-0.
Yep.
Okay, and they made the Super Bowl those 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So they started this season 10-0. Here they are in the Super Bowl. Okay, they won 1 Super Bowl. They lost 1 Super Bowl. All right, I'm gonna go on a big limb here and say the Eagles just absolutely waxed them.
Ooh.
When I say wax, I don't mean a Washington beating Denver or the Niners beating Denver or the Bears beating the Patriots or even the Ravens beating the Giants. I think the Eagles jump out early, a 14-point lead, and win by at least 14, and the game's never in question.
Wow. So you're talking about from start to finish, Eagles just handled it.
Start to finish, the Eagles are it.
Go ahead.
I've watched football. I mean, we've all watched football. Okay. You can sit there and you say, are these the 2 best teams there? I'll say that for sure. On the NFC side, they're the best team that should be there. On the AFC side, I'm not 100% sure that Kansas City is the best team in the AFC. Okay. They made it to the Super Bowl, so you're going to say, well, they're the best team. Okay. But you and I both know championships and divisions aren't necessarily always won by the best team. I just think the Eagles from top to bottom, they're just clicking on all cylinders.
I am going to
the Eagles defense is way better than the Chiefs defense. I think they're almost equal offensively. Okay.
You're saying what's the score? What's the score you're giving?
I'm gonna go 38-21.
Ooh, okay. So
you writing it down so I don't have to write it down?
Yeah, I got it down. So go ahead. So you were making a point. The Eagles defense.
I just think the Eagles defense is a lot better than the Chiefs defense. I think offensively they match up pretty well. Jalen is a better runner. I don't consider Patrick Mahomes a runner in the sense of a runner. I just think he's a great scrambler. And he runs when he needs to, but there's not very rarely are there design runs for him to run for 10, 15 yards or whatever. I just think the Eagles defense by far is better. I think that the Chiefs O-line has got some issues, and that defensive line for the Eagles is just freaking lights out.
All right.
And if they can slow up, if they have to leave Kelsey in or somebody in to help block, then that takes a key cog away from their offense. And how well is Patrick Mahomes' ankle fully healed? I mean,
good question.
All valid. High ankle sprains don't heal in 3 weeks.
No, it's a valid point. So I agree with pretty much everything that you've said. You know me, I'm an NFC East guy. So I'm just going to say it. I fucking hate the Eagles.
And you know, for me to say the NFC East as much as I hate the NFC East.
I hate it because I'm not about this fucking, oh, well, it's our division. Fuck that. I hate the Eagles. I hate the Cowboys. I hate the Giants. Not only that, I'm just going to go out on a limb here. You know, Eagles fans can just be the worst. I mean, the whole city of Philadelphia fan base. Not to just trash the city. I'm sorry if you're a Philadelphia Eagles fan and you're watching this. And I'm not saying all of them, but there's a lot of issues that I have with most Philly fans being from the DC area. You know, anywho, the only difference that I have with you is Mahomes. I hate saying this together, but I truly, I really feel like when I talk about Mahomes, I feel like Talladega Nights. You know, his best bud leaves him, marries his wife, but he comes up with this awesome nickname, the Magic Man, right? So, it's a cool name. It's a cool name. And when I watch Mahomes play, I think there are times where he does just produce magic. There are things that he just does. I mean, the throw where he's running out of bounds and just no look pass. I mean, that's a magic play. He does a lot of things that, and the thing is, it's all well and good when you get away with it. It's when you stop getting away with it. Remember, Brett Favre, I remember people used to, Brett Favre, oh, he's the best. He's the best. Until he started throwing 7, 12, 15 picks a year because he was getting older and he used to be able to put it in that window. But now, you can't. So I think he's only as good until he's not. However, that being said, I think Chris Jones is going to be a major problem for the Philadelphia Eagles. I don't care what anybody says. That dude is a beast.
Doesn't show up in postseason.
Well, maybe not. I also think their DBs don't get a lot of good credit their way. I think they are a solid group of DBs. I'm not saying by any stretch of the imagination are they a better overall defense than Philly. But I think it's going to be a lot closer. I actually think we could quite possibly have the second or third Super Bowl to go to overtime. I truly believe that. I think the Eagles win. I do. But I think it's 31-28. is my final score. I have the Eagles 31-28. Eagles win by a field goal. The only reason why I say that is because I really truly think that at some point in time, Mr. Mahomes' magic is gonna run out. I just have a feeling that something's gonna happen in this game where he's gonna get pushed outside the pocket and he's gonna try to make one of these miraculous plays and he's gonna cost them the game. That's just what I feel, whatever. So I have the Eagles, just like you.
I don't think he's going to get the opportunity to make those miraculous plays. Okay.
I can tell you this. I can tell you this, man. I never will count that dude out. I won't ever count Mahomes out.
I agree with you. I agree.
I just will not count that guy out. That guy, I hate him to death, but he does like I heard what you said earlier. I don't consider him a running quarterback, right? But, Chris Cooley used to talk about it all the time. He is probably top 10 greatest off-schedule quarterbacks on the planet. When I say off-schedule, if he's being blitzed, if he's being pushed outside the pocket and the initial reads are gone, when it comes to him making something happen on the field, off-schedule, he's going to make it happen. Well, or in this case, I don't think he does.
But the thing is with that, and you're right. But you know what makes him good? This is, again, we've talked about this 100 times. Okay, and it's funny. I was taking my son to the airport yesterday, and we had this conversation too. Okay, this is why when people sit down and say, who's the greatest of all time? Who's the greatest quarterback? Who's the greatest wide receiver or whatever? You can't really say that. You could go, because we were talking about basketball, because that bitch out west passed Kareem and everybody wants to say he's the greatest. I was like, just because you hold the scoring record doesn't mean you're the greatest. Okay?
Yeah, he also came in the NBA 4 years earlier than Kareem did. Just saying.
Yeah, and so here's the thing, okay, is that football is the ultimate sport, ultimate team sport, by far. Okay,
by far.
What makes Patrick Mahomes good? Yes, is the talent. Don't discount the athletic ability he has, the throws he makes. They're crazy, but you know what? Let's get past that, guys. Okay. Once you see Aaron Judge hit a 500-foot home run, what's it matter if he does it 7 or 8 times? You see another look pass, you see the throws he makes. Oh, I've never seen that before. Well, that's funny. I've seen him do that like 15 times already. So he's doing it. It's just, you just see him over and over and over, and you can't be amazed by it anymore because it's something he does. What makes Patrick Mahomes' ability to do that, okay, is Travis Kelce. At some point, it was Tyreek Hill, okay? Now it's whatever he has, because I remember a guy that, rest in peace, not comparing them both, the number 9 that wore here in Nashville did the exact same thing, okay? But you know what? He had the same thing that Patrick Mahomes has. What's that? He gets out of that pocket. Who's his go-to guy? Who's the guy, first guy he looks for, okay?
Frank Wycheck.
Kelce, okay?
And you have Travis Kelce and Frank Wycheck.
Frank Wycheck. They knew where those guys were at all times. So that was their guy. And they had this connection, okay, that when he gets out, Kelce knows, find the open spot. I don't give a crap where it's at. Find the open spot. I'll get you the ball, okay? Now, the problem with that is he had a little issue with that against Cincinnati, and Cincinnati doesn't have a great defense, but they have a good defense. They have a good pass rush, okay? You and I both know we've been in football for our whole lives, okay? What are the 2 things that wins? What makes what separates the great teams for the good teams, okay? The trenches, okay?
You're right.
Eagles had the best offensive line in football. And they had the best defensive line in football.
I don't know if they have the best defensive line in football, but okay.
They set the NFL record for defensive line.
Yeah, I heard you.
All 4 of their defensive line starters had double-digit sacks.
I know. Okay.
And this is what pains me the most, that I have to fucking talk about an NFC East team.
I know it, and
Okay?
it kills me too. But
But
so
but Patrick Mahomes has not played against the defense like this. And he
no,
doesn't have, I mean, he's got Kelsey, he's got McKinnon, he's got the other running back,
he's got
some wide
Victor, whatever his
receivers.
name, Scantlin. He's got Juju. He's got
Yeah,
but
but
those
is
guys.
Juju really all that good?
No, he ain't no Tariq Hill. I can tell you that. And to be honest with you, the one guy that impresses me more than anybody else, I hope I'm gonna probably end up saying his name wrong. But their running back, Kansas City, is he number 10 too? Pachenko.
Pacquiao,
Panchenko, I think. I don't know. Panchenko, whatever. That dude runs like he's 300 pounds. I mean, that dude runs hard. Hard he runs.
And then once he gets past the defensive line, it's like his ass is on fire. You ain't gonna catch that, man.
I'm telling you, he is running like he has a massive chip on his shoulder. There are times where he hits people where I'm like, how does he not knock himself out? I mean, so that was the other thing. So we have the Super Bowl. We know what's going to happen. If you're listening or a subscriber, don't forget, hit the like and subscribe below. Help us get our viewership up. Also, put into the text thread or the comment section after the Super Bowl, if you're watching it, what your favorite Super Bowl ad is. I think that's what I'm going to be, just like everybody else. I'm going to be watching the game, but I'd like to see, I hope we get some good commercials.
Not the halftime show.
Yeah. Well, Rihanna's going to be performing. She's pretty decent. I like Rihanna. Or Rihanna. I don't know. She's good.
It doesn't have.
But anyway, so the other big news that happened this week, you just touched on it, and I think because it's in the sporting world and it is what it is. Yes, LeBron James is now the all-time leading scorer in the NBA. I mean, look, do I think he's the GOAT? Not even freaking close.
Not even.
Do I think he absolutely deserves the scoring title? Yes. Okay. Hey, by the way, we got 10 minutes on our meeting. So we have to remember that. So I'm just going to go ahead and set my timer, because I do not want to happen to us what happened last week. Anyways,
I see that the countdown is on top of the video, so I see it.
Oh, it is? That's Air Force guys. Okay. Anywho, so yeah, I know it, right? So it happened, and I thought Kareem handled it like he handles everything, with the ultimate class. The fact that he did it as a Laker really just infuriates me. And there's going to be people that are going to argue now that he's one of the best Lakers ever. And I'm like, I don't even know if I would put him in my top 5 for Lakers players. I mean, because when I start thinking about Lakers players, obviously there's Magic, there's Kareem, there's Worthy. People act like James Worthy was.
Look, trying to come up with a top 10 all-time Laker team or a top 10 all-time Celtic team is like trying to come up with a top 25 fucking New York Yankee team. You can't fucking do it. Okay? You can't. Okay? That's the thing. Okay? When you talk about greats, okay? Jabbar, okay? He played for the Bucks. He played for the Lakers. Okay? Magic, Lakers. Worthy, Lakers. Bird,
Kobe,
Celtics. Kobe, Lakers. Shaq was Orlando and primarily Lakers. He hopped around towards the end of his career.
Miami
was 76ers, Rockets. Okay. Mm-hmm. You get all these. LeBron.
Oh, I hear you.
Cleveland. I'll give him he's the greatest Cleveland Cavalier ever played. Okay.
Mhm.
I'll give it that he's the top 5 Miami Heat to ever play. Okay. All right.
I don't know if I think the problem that I have, and I often wonder, like, would Jordan be as arrogant as LeBron seems to be in this time period? Because Jordan was arrogant, every bit as arrogant as LeBron can be. The difference that I have with LeBron is Michael never acted like LeBron on the court. Michael might have talked shit, he might have talked smack, but he never flopped. I never saw him flop. Now, I seen him, the famous Michael armbar, the famous push off, and that was Michael's, but the LeBron fake eye, you remember the fake eye and the flopping and just the overall complaining that he does on the floor.
Generation.
Yeah, it just turns me. I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up and play the game.
You're right. And so this goes back to what I said earlier about the GOAT. Okay. We can't really say who's the GOAT because everybody says it's between Kobe, Michael, and LeBron. Okay. And I told my son this on the way in. I was like, you know what? To me, in my opinion, Michael's the greatest NBA player of all time. And I told him, I said, but you know what? Kareem's the greatest man to ever step on a basketball court.
Probably.
Best basketball player to ever live so far.
Probably.
People will go say, oh, you're crazy. Nope. Kareem's the best high school player to ever play. Kareem's the best college player to ever play. And he's probably top 3, top 5 for sure NBA player.
Oh, yeah.
Is Michael top 5 in high school? No. Is LeBron top 5 ever in high school?
Maybe.
I don't know. He's
never
not
went to
top 5
college.
in college because he didn't go to college. So guess what? If you're 1-1 and say 4,
yeah,
and so the thing is, and it goes back, okay, and it goes back to you can't sit there. You say the way they play the game, okay, is different. Officiating's different.
Yeah.
If there's one sport that is notorious and for scandals and that's rigged and all that, it's the NBA. It has been.
Or boxing.
You got boxing that's always rigged, and the NBA is not too far behind it, okay? Because you see scoring, you see officiating, you see all this stuff go on, and you're like, really? Okay? And you've had referees go to prison for calling throwing games, and you have a stupid ass lottery that's been going on for 35 years, and you can't even explain it to me how the fucking they did it. Okay,
I don't know how they get to top 10 because, like, I look at a team like my team, like I look at my DC Bullets, and I will always call them the Bullets. They have been shit upon year after year because they cannot build a foundational level team, and it's because they never ever get into the lottery. They've had like 4 lottery picks in like 27 years. I mean, that's it. And they're consistently the worst team in basketball. And you're telling me they don't get a number 1? I've never understood that. Never. They got John Wall as a number 6. I think they got Bradley Beal as a number 8, maybe even a 16. He wasn't even top 10. So I think John Wall is the only player that they have drafted with the lottery in the last like 20 years.
Well, and that's when you have to institute a rule because teams are flopping to get the number 1 pick. And you know what the thing is, a draft picks in the NBA now are getting to be like draft picks in the baseball. It doesn't fucking matter.
No.
Okay?
It doesn't. Basketball is the only sport where they pay on potential, not on factual evidence.
So getting back to where you were talking about LeBron and all that, okay?
Mm-hmm.
is, and it's just what I go back and I tell them all the time. I said the difference is, take Michael in his prime right now, he's destroying the league. He's doing the same thing.
Oh yeah, he dominate.
He's gonna be doing the same thing LeBron does. Okay, you take LeBron and put him in the style of basketball when Michael played, he would be good. He would be an all-star, and he probably end up being a Hall of Famer. Okay, I'm not taking that away from him. I mean, when you're 6'9", 250, you're still going to drive the lane. But the thing is, his bitch ass crybaby, I would pay money to watch LeBron James drive the lane on Rick Mahorn and Bill Laimbeer and see what the fuck happens. He'll do it once.
Or
one's getting him high, one's getting him low. And that's
or Larry Johnson or Charles Barkley.
But see, the difference is, okay, is LeBron is out of the three, LeBron's probably the best overall athlete. Okay. Yeah. I think Kobe would give him a run for his money, but best overall athlete. The thing is, LeBron's game is the lane. He's he can shoot a jump shot, but his jump shot is nowhere near what Michael's or Kobe. Out of the three, Kobe's the best shooter by far. Okay, by far. But going inside and outside, a combination, Jordan takes them both because Jordan's just a good enough jump shooter, okay, and driving the lane to where he takes them both out. You keep LeBron out of the paint, and guess what? He ain't nothing. All right, we're under a minute.
So
final thoughts.
All right, final thoughts.
Final thoughts is
who the fuck cares? My team's not in it. But you know,
NFL needs to get better commercials because if they don't, people are gonna stop fucking watching. Okay?
I hope it's a game. I'm hoping and praying it's a game.
I do too. I wanted to get to the point to where I get up and I stay in my seat to watch the commercials, and not like the last couple of years. I get up from my seat when the commercials are on and I watch the game more. You know.
All right. So thank you for watching. We'll be back next week. Probably we'll be doing longer episodes moving forward. But thank y'all for watching. Don't forget, hit the subscribe.